Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back or welcome for the first time if you are new here. Today we're going to be doing a pretty much full face of first impressions with my Sephora and Ulta birthday, why did I say that? My Sephora and Ulta birthday haul. I am dying to play with all of this makeup and get it on my face and just test it out with y'all. So let's jump right on in. I did already do some moisturizer and some SPF on my skin, and we are going to start off with a skin tint. So I did pick up two different skin tints. One is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint and the other is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And I asked y'all to comment like which one you wanted to see me talk about first. And I got a bunch of comments of people saying they love the Wet n Wild. If I remember correctly, someone even mentioned using it for their wedding. I feel like I read that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try this one out today. I do have the shade Fair Pale. My skin is slightly struggling right now. Got a lot of texture and like little breakouts happening, so we'll see how good this does. Okay, I might have done too much. I don't know how sheer this is gonna blend out to be. Why do I always do this? Okay, I think it's gonna blend out to not be too much coverage, so it should be okay. I'm just gonna use my Anisa Beauty Pinnacle foundation brush and just start buffing that in and just tapping it into the skin. I can already tell it has like a little soft glow going, which I love. It does look maybe just a touch tanner than me, so I am gonna bring that down my neck just a little bit. You guys can't judge me because I've been really busy, but I'm trying to like work out my schedule to be able to go to the gym today, and my only option was to film first and then go to the gym, so I'm gonna go with a absolute beat full face, which is not what I typically do. I even picked out a sports bra that's pink to kind of go with the vibes of the makeup look. I feel like that looks really good. It definitely looks like a light medium coverage foundation. I don't know if it's just because of how much I used. Maybe if I went in lighter, it would look more like a skin tint, but it definitely looks like a foundation. I got good coverage out of it. It covered up all the redness that was happening. It has like a nice soft little glow to it. And then for underneath my eyes, I don't have something that's like new to do as like a very first impression, but I do have a new product that I'm testing out. So I did a video on Thread Beauty trying out their foundation and their concealer, and I've really been liking both, but I really like the concealer. It is odd because it looks darker than my skin tone. I put it on, it looks a little too dark, but then it blends out lighter and it ends up working out, but it has a beautiful glow to it. And I've noticed that after wearing it for like 8-10 hours, it still looks really like soft and fresh underneath the eyes. It does crease just a little bit towards the end of the day, which is kind of natural. Like I have creases under my eyes, it's gonna happen, but I feel like the overall finish stays super, super nice. So I've been testing it out a lot, and I wanted to try it with a under eye corrector just to see what it looks like, because I would say this is like a light medium coverage, but I think with the under eye corrector, it could be like my perfect concealer. So we're just gonna go ahead and try that out today. It's just the Becca and Smashbox under eye corrector first, and this is the shade Fair Light, which is the pinky one. So we're just gonna kind of blend that right on the inner under eye area. And then going with the Thread concealer, which is in the shade 01 Fair Neutral. Just gonna add a little dot pretty much right there, a little bit right here, and maybe just a touch right here for highlighting, but that's about it. That's gonna be good for me. And honestly, these like spots in the middle of my face, I'm just gonna use my foundation brush just to blend it out. So now going with the Anisa Beauty concealer brush. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I can never remember to zoom you guys in. I'm struggling, but at least we're only on like the second step. So just blending that out. You can see how it like looks a little bit darker and blends out a little bit lighter, but it just looks so pretty. The finish matches what's happening with the foundation pretty well too. So hopefully everything wears nicely. Like I said, I'm about to go sweat, so definitely putting it to the test. And it is so hot right now. Feels like it's full on summer. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and try the bronzer. So this is the Glowish by Huda Beauty Soft Radiance 01 Light Bronzing Powder. And I have tried this once before because I was trying Amanda makeup just for fun. She let me use hers and it was so beautiful. I knew I had to purchase it for myself. So I'm excited to have it and use it and enjoy it. I don't know why, I guess I'm just kind of in an Anissa Beauty brush kind of mood right now, but I'm gonna go into their tapered highlighter brush, which personally is a little bit big for me for highlighter. I would rather use it for like bronzer or blush, but I'm just gonna pick up a little bit. I'm gonna throw that on. I feel like when I use this the first time, what I really noticed is that it just blends in so nice. It's just so soft and just, I feel like it doesn't look patchy at all, which I appreciate. I like a bronzer that I do not have to work really hard to blend in and it just kind of goes and it's just a quick step. So for blush, we honestly have options upon options. Ooh, I'm starting to get itchy. Hopefully I'm not having some type of reaction to the foundation. We have lots of options for blushes because I was being ridiculous when I went to Sephora and Ulta, but I did want to tell you guys, I tried some of these off camera. So I did use both of these ColourPop blushes on my own time. So I have the Prairie Air shade, which is this beautiful hot pink, and I've been loving it. I think it's really beautiful. I've used it on its own. I've used it layered over other things, and it's just a super pigmented blush. And then I also have the To the 10 shade, which is a nude. And again, it's a really beautiful, very soft blush. But what I will say is that the swatches of these are kind of deceiving because they swatch very, very light and they pick up so much better with the brush. So like initially, like when I was swatching this, I could barely even see the shade. But then when I went in with the brush, it was very apparent on my skin and it was just a beautiful, beautiful nude. So I'm really liking both of those. And honestly, I want to do like a battle of like pink blushes kind of video or something where I swatch all these pink blushes that I've gotten and the ones that I already have, and we can compare finishes and everything like that. So I do have a plan to do that video eventually. I also have not used the Milani Cheek Kiss blush, which I got in the shade Pink Flirt. This one, I thought it was gonna be more like the packaging, but it's more of like a pinky coral. Did kind of want to try it right now, but we just used the powder bronzer, so I'm kind of indecisive. And then we also have the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush in the shade Candy Clouds, which is so cute. Very hard to open if you don't have natural nails. I was struggling, even with a tweezer, I was struggling to open it, but it is a super, super pretty, soft pink. So maybe let's just go ahead and try this one out today because I haven't tried it yet. And also like the packaging is just so cute. I'm gonna go with the same Anissa Beauty brush, just big fluffy brush, and we can throw that on right here. Okay, super pretty. I feel like this is more of like a natural like skin tony pink on the face versus like this one, which is definitely a little bit brighter. I guess maybe it's because this has a touch more purple to it that it looks more like what my skin would actually naturally flush. But I like them both a lot. I also think the ColourPop one might be a little bit more pigmented with a brush. This I'm building up a little bit more, but it's building up easy. There's like a slight glowy finish happening, but I think it's just from the foundation. So now let's move on to eyes, which I'm really excited because I picked up the Natasha Denona Retro Palette, which I have been wanting to buy for a really long time, and I just didn't. And honestly, I was staring at this for like 5 minutes before I started filming because it is so pretty. So I kind of just want to go ahead and swatch this palette with y'all real quick because it is so cute and I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet. I know something soft and pink and pretty and maybe like a little romantic vibe to the look. It's so cute. Okay, so the very first shade is called Glitz, which is kind of like a soft pinky golden kind of shade. We've got Andy, which is a mauve, and it's one of those matte shades from Natasha Denona that feel like a cream shadow. Kind of has like a slight sheen to it. We've got Jude, which is a taupey kind of silver shade. I'm such a sucker for those shades recently. So pretty. Okay, next we have Mod, which is a pretty pale matte, kind of pinky white. We've got Vivian. That reminds me of Pretty Woman. Okay, it's like a satiny pink, but very, very soft. And then we've got Groove, which is a very creamy burgundy matte. Okay, the Groove shade did not swatch that well, which is kind of funny because on the finger it's super pigmented. And next we have the shade Apart, which is a creamy matte, kind of like greigey brown. Psychedelic, which looks really, really sparkly, but it's kind of just a soft iridescent pink. It doesn't really look like it has that much of a base to it. I feel like you could use that all over your lid as like a one shadow, just like shiny little moment. And then we've got Go Go, which is another super creamy, like cream matte shadow. That one's kind of like a pinky brown. It's hard to describe. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, next we have Patty. So that one is a like kind of orangey brown, like almost a copper, but not super vibrant, kind of satin. We've got Swing. Bada bada swing. Reminds me of Ferris Bueller. That's just a pretty kind of satin purple. There's a lot of satins in this palette. We have Nude Mauve, which is a really pretty true matte, just kind of neutral brown shade. I feel like that could be a go-to for me personally. Oh, I love that one. Okay, last but not least, we have Rebellion, which is another cream matte shadow, and it is a super beautiful deep burgundy shadow, like such a rich red that looks stunning. I hope that it like performs really well on the eyes because it's beautiful swatched. Like just the depth is amazing, but I think part of the depth is the fact that it is kind of like that cream shadow feeling. We've got Helio, which is a kind of taupey pinky shimmer. And we've got Amara, which is another like traditional matte shadow, and it's just kind of like a soft red. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so there's the whole palette swatch out. It swatches beautiful. I think it looks really stunning. I'm excited for it. I mean, I know I'm gonna do something kind of soft today, but I think it's really, really stunning. I also gathered up all of my Singe Beauty brushes so we could go ahead and use them together again because I've been using them off camera, but I thought y'all would probably appreciate another demo. So I'm gonna start off with the shade E03, and I'm gonna go into probably this shade right here called Mod, that like light white kind of shade, and we'll do a little highlighting first just to make everything blend super seamlessly. But I just realized that I have not yet applied eyeshadow primer, which is important to me, so let's just throw a little bit on. This is from Alter Ego. All right, so going in with Mod, I'm just gonna start that off right underneath my brow bone, just to highlight a little bit right there, and then just kind of whatever's left over on the brush I'm bringing downwards. And then I might also just highlight the inner corner a little bit right there with that as well. When you pack it on like this, you can definitely see the pink a little bit more. Okay, so next with that same brush, I'm gonna go into the shade Nude Mauve, that matte shade that just kind of got to me. It's just so cute. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that through my entire crease. Okay, very pigmented. I like barely even picked up anything on my brush. Just gonna throw it on and start blending that out in windshield wiper motions, and then also a little bit of circular back and forth. Sorry, I got really quiet because I'm kind of in my head and I'm kind of stressed out, and there's like a lot going on, and like things just, it's just, my mind is full and I just forgot to talk, but it is blending really nice. It looks very soft, very pretty. So I am liking it so far. I'm honestly kind of just trying to do like a really everyday simple look. I'm gonna go into the shade, or sorry, the brush E01 from Singe Beauty now. Just wipe it off because it's dirty. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of Nude Mauve, just kind of running that along the lower lash line. Just about halfway. All right, I think I might also take just a little bit of that shade Psychedelic, that like iridescent pink, on the same brush and just top that over the inner corner just for a little bit of shimmer right here. Like I said, that shade doesn't really have a base, so it's not gonna be super opaque, but I just thought it would add a little bit of shimmer to the pop of pink that we already put down. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other flat brush from Singe Beauty E04, just wipe that off. And I'm kind of torn on what to do because I partially want to go in with Jude on the lid, kind of want to go in with Glitz on the lid. I kind of like Helio. Maybe we'll do Jude like on the outer. Goodness gracious. Maybe we'll do Jude on the outer half and then we can go in with Glitz on like the inner half. Just because I feel like it's kind of like the perfect mixture of neutral and like adding a little bit of pink. And I also really wanted to test this brush from Singe Beauty with different formulas. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop that on the outer half. Ooh, that's applying really well. Super pigmented. Now let's see, pick up Glitz. I mean, look at that. Like, I feel like it's picking up super, super well. Just gonna go ahead and pop that right here. And then just bring it a little bit over. I can't believe it took me this long to buy this palette. I know that there are more fun options available in here, so let me know if you want me to do any more looks, but this feels very like what I wanted to go for right now. So we have one more product to try, which is the Ilia Fullest Volumizing Mascara. This was kind of a fail because I was like, oh, I've heard good things. I really wanted to try this. And then when I saw the packaging, I was like, wait, I actually have tried that. I've tried a sample in the past, which I did like, but I just completely forgot that I've used it before, but we haven't tried the full size. So hopefully it's really good because it was kind of a splurge. I don't know. It's so hard for me to buy mascaras at Sephora, but we'll go ahead and throw it on. My mirror is too far away. I can't see anything. All right, I put my mirror right here because it was way too far away. I couldn't see anything. Oh, yeah, I definitely could not see because I have some fallout from these shimmers in the retro palette. I will say that. It's not terrible because I could not see it until it was like this close to my face, but it is there. Okay, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. I'm kind of in between. Like, I feel like with 2 coats, it does look nice, but I don't know that I'm obsessed. I feel like the hunt for my perfect mascara continues. So I did repurchase my favorite lip gloss from Fenty when I was at Ulta, but I think it's in my car or in my boyfriend's car, but it's not in front of me, so I can't use it right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Sigma Renew Lip Oil in the shade All Heart, just for something simple and pretty. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. I really love how it turned out. Honestly, I think my favorite thing is the eyeshadow palette. It's just beautiful. Like, I love like this, the like soft kind of like purpley mauvey tones. I don't know, it's just been my vibe. I've been into a lot of cool tones, but I haven't been doing like cool tones with like a lot of like mauve, but I think it looks really, really pretty and the quality is definitely there. I will say, I don't know that it's worth the price if you're looking for Natasha Denon's like special shadows, like her super, super intense metallics. They're not really featured in this one, but I still like it nonetheless. I also really like the foundation. I think it looks really, really beautiful. The concealer is beautiful. Like, this is, where'd I put it? This is honestly such a good new fave, and the fact that it's only $8, like, I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's so pretty underneath the eyes. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will have another like a full face of first impressions coming soon because I did do a Sephora VIB sale haul and I got an email today that my order shipped. So I'm so, so excited for that. So make sure that you subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.